Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. This time, we're taking a deep dive into the world of kid inventors.
Oh,
I
exciting.
know, right? You're interested in learning more about this topic, and, well, we're super excited to share some incredible info with you.
Sounds good.
We've got articles about Kid Inventors Day, lists of books and websites, even a calendar entry, all about this.
Wow, you really did your research.
Well, we aim to please.
Yeah.
And honestly, even we were surprised by some of the things we learned.
Oh, like what?
Well, did you know that everyday things like the television, water skis, earmuffs, even the popsicle, all invented by kids?
No way. Really?
Yeah. We're going to dive into the stories behind all these and even more.
Can't wait.
So first things first, Kid Inventors Day.
Okay.
Celebrated every year on January 17th.
Oh, interesting.
And guess what? That's also Benjamin Franklin's birthday.
Get out. That's amazing.
I know, right? Talk about a match made in inventor heaven.
It makes you wonder if it was intentional, right? I mean, he basically embodies the whole spirit of Kid Inventors Day.
It's true. He even invented swim flippers. Well, technically hand flippers when he was just 11 years old, a year after he left school.
Wow, 11 years old? That's insane.
It really puts things into perspective, right? Yes. I mean, what were kids doing back then for fun?
Yeah. Like, no video games, no internet, maybe inventing was their entertainment.
Uh-huh. Maybe.
And then today you've got like over 500,000 kids and teens inventing things each year.
That's a huge number, right? Just imagine all that creativity and potential.
Yeah, and it's not just an American thing either.
Oh, really?
Germany celebrates Tag der Kindererfinder, which is Children's Inventor Day, on the same day.
So it's a global movement.
It is. They
Okay.
celebrate it the same way, recognizing and encouraging young inventors.
That's so cool. So, okay, we've talked about the day itself, but let's go back to Benjamin Franklin for a second.
Okay, what about him?
I mean, we all know he was a founding father and everything, but his story as a kid inventor is pretty inspiring, don't you think?
Totally. Those hand flippers he created, they weren't just a childhood thing. They show how even these really important historical figures, they had that early spark of, ingenuity.
It's like fostering creativity in kids can really lead to amazing things, right? Even
Yeah.
changing the world.
Definitely.
And it's not just about kids inventing toys or whatever. It's
Yeah.
about them learning how to solve problems and be innovative things that can impact the world in huge ways.
That's a good point.
We always picture adults in labs inventing things. But some of the things we use every single day, they came from kids' imaginations,
Mm-hmm.
like the television, water skis,
Yeah.
even Braille.
Oh, wow, you're right. That's pretty mind-blowing.
Right. And these weren't just like kiddie inventions.
No,
They addressed real needs and actually changed how we live.
that's wild. It really makes you wonder, what were these kids seeing that adults weren't? Like what kind of perspective were they bringing to the table?
Totally. And it reminds me of the popsicle. Can you believe that was invented by an 11-year-old?
I had no idea.
Right.
How did that even happen?
Well, so in 1905, this kid named Frank Epperson, he accidentally left a mix of soda powder and water outside overnight with the stirring stick in it.
Oh, no.
And then the next morning, bam, frozen treat on a stick.
Haha. Wow. Talk about a happy accident.
It's crazy, right? It just goes to show sometimes the simplest things lead to the biggest discoveries.
That's for sure.
And then you have Braille. Louis Braille was 15 when he invented this whole tactile reading system.
Oh, yeah. He lost his sight at a really young age, right?
Exactly. It's incredible how he took this huge challenge and created something that has helped millions of people all over the world.
It's true. Braille wasn't just like a cool idea. It was born out of necessity.
Yeah.
And it opened up this whole new world for people who couldn't see.
Amazing, right?
And then there's Chester Greenwood, the earmuffs guy.
Oh, yeah. He invented those when he was 15, too, right?
Yep. He loved ice skating, but hated getting cold ears.
So relatable.
Right. But instead of complaining, he got his grandma to sew fur onto a wire frame.
Oh,
I know, right? That's serious entrepreneurial spirit right there.
it's like even annoying little problems can be opportunities for inventions, right?
Exactly. And, it reminds me, for anyone listening who has kids or maybe even feels a bit of that inventor spark themselves,
Oh, yeah.
there are so many resources out there.
This is my favorite part. What kind of resources?
Well, we found a bunch of books and websites specifically for aspiring inventors.
Awesome. Like what?
Well, there's this book called Kids Inventing, a handbook for young inventors.
Oh, cool.
It's full of helpful advice and inspiring stories.
Sounds like a great place to start.
Definitely. And then for anyone who loves reading about other kid inventors, there's this book called Brainstorm, The stories of 20 American kid inventors.
I bet those are full of those aha moments, when you see how a simple thought becomes something incredible.
Definitely. Plus, there are organizations out there like By Kids, for Kids that support young inventors.
That's awesome. It's so important to have that encouragement, right?
Totally. They even help bring some of the best kid-generated ideas to market.
That's amazing.
And then there are all these invention competitions just waiting for the next big idea.
Really? Like what?
Like, have you heard of the Bubble Wrap brand competition for young inventors?
What? No way. Tell me more.
It challenges kids in grades 5 through 8 to come up with fun and useful ways to use, you guessed it, bubble wrap.
That sounds like so much fun.
Right? And there are other fun ones too, like the rubber band contest for young inventors.
Amazing what they come up with, right?
I know. So creative.
Okay, so we've got books, organizations, even competitions.
Yeah.
What about online resources?
Oh, yeah. There's the U.S. Patent Office website.
Okay.
It's really helpful for understanding how patents work.
And they even have a whole section just for inventors, right?
They do.
Speaking of patents, maybe we should explain what they are.
You think so?
Yeah, just in case anyone listening isn't sure.
Okay, good idea.
What exactly is a patent, and why is it so important?
Well, basically, a patent is like a legal document that protects your invention.
Okay.
And it gives you the sole right to make, use, and sell it for a certain period of time.
So it's like a safeguard for your idea.
Exactly.
So that no one can steal it and claim it as their own.
Exactly. It's a way to make sure those young inventors get credit for their awesome creations.
I love that. So any other websites we should mention?
Ooh, you should definitely check out enchantedlearning.com.
Okay, what's that one about?
It has all kinds of fun facts and activities related to inventions.
Cool. So we've covered a lot here. Kid Inventors Day, inspiring stories, tons of resources, books, organizations, competitions, websites. It's amazing how much support is out there.
It really is.
But I think the biggest takeaway here is that inventing should be fun, right?
Totally.
It should be about that joy of discovery, the excitement of creating something new, the feeling of solving a problem.
It's about encouraging that natural curiosity in kids.
Right. And helping them explore their ideas without being afraid to fail.
Because even if an invention doesn't work out exactly as planned, the whole process is so valuable,
Yeah, you're right.
And sometimes those failures lead to even bigger and better things.
That's true. So to all you future inventors out there, keep dreaming, keep tinkering, keep inventing.
You never know what amazing things you might create.
And don't forget to celebrate Kid Inventors Day every day, because creativity has no limits.
Well said. And speaking of celebrating Kid Inventors Day, I think there's one more important thing to touch on.
Oh, what's that?
It's about teaching kids how to solve problems, helping them learn to question things and not just accept them as they are.
I love that. It's about giving them the power to change the world, right?
Exactly. And all the sources we've looked at today, they emphasize that idea again and again.
You're right. From Benjamin Franklin tinkering with swim flippers to Chester Greenwood wanting warmer ears, it all started with recognizing a problem and finding a solution.
Totally. And that skill, it's not just for inventing gadgets.
Right.
It's about facing any challenge with that creative, can-do spirit.
Love it. So we talked about why kid inventions are important, but what about how to actually do it?
Ah, yes. The how-to guide for budding inventors.
Exactly. Any tips out there?
Tons. The sources you gave us had some great advice.
Awesome. What are they?
First, read about other kid inventors. Get inspired. See what's possible.
I can imagine how motivating that would be, right?
Totally. And don't just read about it. Get involved.
Ooh, I like that.
Keep a detailed invention journal. Write down your ideas, your sketches, your notes, date everything.
Ooh, I love that idea. Like a treasure map of their ideas?
It is. And then, of course, you got to start building. Create a prototype. Don't be afraid to get messy and experiment with different materials.
So important. Bring those ideas to life.
Now, before you go too crazy, it's smart to do a patent search.
Uh-oh, patent search. That sounds kind of intimidating.
It's not really. It's just making sure that no one else has already invented the same thing.
Makes sense.
The U.S. Patent Office website has a great section for that.
Okay, good to know.
Once you're sure your idea is unique, you can think about filing a provisional patent application.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about kids here, right? Can they even file for patents?
Absolutely. A provisional patent is like a placeholder.
Oh, interesting.
It gives you a year to keep working on your invention before you have to file for a real patent.
That's awesome. So even kids can get that protection for their ideas.
They can. And don't forget about science fairs and invention conventions. Those are great places for young inventors to show off their creations.
It must be so exciting to see all those young minds coming together, all that creativity in one place.
It really is. It's a great way to learn, connect, and get feedback from experts.
Love it. Now, beyond all those practical tips and everything, what's the most important advice for young inventors?
This is key. Remember to have fun. The whole process should be enjoyable.
Oh, that's so true.
It's about that curiosity, the challenge, the excitement of trying new things and not being scared to make mistakes.
It's about falling in love with the journey, right?
Exactly. And sometimes those mistakes lead to the most amazing discoveries.
You're right. So, to wrap things up, I have a question for you. What problem would you like to solve with an invention?
Ooh, that's a great question. It doesn't matter how small or silly the problem is, embrace that inventive spirit and use those resources we talked about.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You never know. You might just be the next kid inventor to change the world.
That's a fantastic note to end on.
Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into kid inventors.
My pleasure.
We hope you're feeling inspired and ready to unleash your own inner inventor.
Let's do it.
Until next time, keep those creative juices flowing.
Bye, everyone.